Welcome to the update. I'm Matt DeGroot. The Reserve Bank has decided to keep interest rates on hold this month, with the official cash rate remaining at 4.1%. The Finance Minister has welcomed the decision. Katie Gallagher says the Albanese government is now focusing on the job ahead,
which is providing cost of living relief where we can without adding to inflation, investing in more productive and resilient economy, all work that's happening right across government.
However, Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor says the government should slash its own spending to make sure this happens.
The Reserve Bank will do what it must, but the government is showing at best indifference and at worst incompetence. The truth of the matter is that interest rates are a very blunt instrument.
Indonesian President Joko Widodo says he's looking forward to forging closer economic ties with Australia. Mr Widodo has spent the day in Sydney for talks with Anthony Albanese. Australia has eased visa restrictions for Indonesian visitors, while there's also been closer education ties and investment in renewable energy.
On regional and global issues, I conveyed Indonesia's position in ASEAN is clear. We want the Indo-Pacific to become a stable and peaceful region that focuses on collaboration and concrete cooperation.
Meanwhile, Anthony Albanese says he's been pleased to meet with the President for the fourth time in a year.
My first bilateral visit as Prime Minister was to Indonesia, and that is because there is no more important relationship than the relationship between our two great nations.
The federal government is extending a scheme which will help more Australians access an interest-free car loan. People who earn less than $70,000 a year, hold a healthcare or pension card, or have experienced domestic violence are eligible. Businesses in the bush are hoping to capitalise on job dissatisfaction among city residents. Regional Australia Institute data shows more than 1 million urban workers are unhappy with their job, mainly because salaries aren't keeping up with the cost of city living. Google claims to have developed a quantum computer which can quickly complete calculations that take rival supercomputers 47 years. And NASA has finally made contact with the Mars Ingenuity helicopter after more than 2 months of silence. Contact with Ingenuity was lost during a flight in April, but it is back in contact. Sport and entertainment are next. Australian tennis player Jordan Thompson says he'll be asking Nick Kyrgios for advice after setting up a second-round showdown with Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon. Thompson says he is looking forward to the challenge.
As silly as it sounds, I've got to believe that I can win, otherwise there is no point going out there. I know the odds are firmly against me, but yeah, I just got to go out and enjoy it and just have fun. I mean, it's not every day you play Novak at Wimbledon.
Aussie golfer Minjee Lee is preparing to defend her title at the US Open this weekend. Carlton AFL defender Nick Newman will play his 100th AFL match this Sunday against Freo in Perth. He joins the Blues from the Swans in the 2018 off-season. Newman says at times he thought he wouldn't make the milestone.
Yeah, it's something I'm pretty proud of, and I wasn't drafted in the traditional way, so to actually force my way in as a mature age, and then it took me a couple of years to play at Sydney and some injuries, and so it's been a bit of a journey, so it's a pretty cool milestone for me.
In rugby league, Titans halfback Toby Sexton has been granted an immediate release from his contract to take up an opportunity with the Bulldogs in Sydney. 5'8" Kieran Foran says he's a good player and wishes him the best.
He's a guy that, despite the setback this year of not getting selected week in, week out for NRL, he has worked tirelessly on his game. And I know firsthand that if you've got the work ethic and you apply yourself the way Toby does, you'll be successful in the NRL.
And the Hockey Roos have named an experienced squad for the upcoming Oceania Cup, which doubles as an Olympic qualifier. Half of the 18 players have made 80 or more international appearances. In entertainment news, and A-listers have flocked to a 4th of July party in the Hamptons, hosted by billionaire sports merchandising mogul J-Lo and Ben Affleck, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Jay-Z, Justin and Hailey Bieber, supermodel Emily Ratajkowski, Tom Brady and Kelly Rowland. And not even Taylor Swift can guarantee fans a ticket to one of her concerts. She's replied to a direct message from an Australian fan who missed out last week to tickets to her tour, saying she's going to have to speak to her team and get them to look into whether she can get the fan a ticket. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.